Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the entire Madras University Commerce Association,
Please continue. Sorry.
on behalf of the entire Madras University Commerce Alumni Association, I feel excited to welcome you all for today's session on unlocking research potential with our programming. This is Preeti Rose, full-time research scholar under the guidance of Dr. R. Shanti Ma'am, Professor and Head Department of Commerce, University of Madras. Before we start with the session, let me introduce our today's resource person, Dr. Subbayya, who is the Chief Analytics Officer at Vervetech Health Data Alliance, Chennai. Dr. Subbayya is a professional in Chennai with a profound passion for mentoring in data science, working with probabilistic programming languages, and applying Bayesian principles. His career spans over 2 decades, during which he has held various roles such as subject matter expert at ICMR NCDIR, consultant in data science at Think Labs, and data scientist at HCL. His academic experience includes positions such as assistant professor at institutions like Presidency College, LN Government College, R&D Engineering College, and Adiyaman College of Engineering. Dr. Subbayya holds a PhD in mathematics and statistics from the University of Madras and has contributed significantly to the field through publications on topics like ordinal logistic regression models for diabetic retinopathy, classification of sparse data, outlier detection in contingency tables, random effect models in cricket, and modeling hospital length of stay. He is recognized for his skills in Bayesian statistics, data modeling, and statistical programming, where he continuously seeks challenging assignments that emphasize data-driven decision making. We would like to warmly welcome you, sir, for today's session. You may now take over the session, sir.
Thank you, Preeti. Over to you, sir. Sir? Participants, some technical issues arise again from our resource person side, so kindly stay patient.
Participants, in the meantime, you can download our software before sir joins.
It is connected.
Participant, resource person, sir
Hello.
has joined right now.
Yeah,
Hi, sir.
all of you, and sorry for this unexpected technical glitches. I don't know what is the reason. Thrice the time I tried, but it was automatically logged off. Shall we start straight away? Already we wasted we last
Yes,
20
sir. You can
minutes.
start.
Sir,
Yeah,
please,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. There is no need to have some introduction about me. That was there already in the poster. So no formalities. And of course, I'll be available till 7:30. So what agenda I'll tell you clearly. Sometime now, Mr. Samuel was asking whether the participant needs to
So there is a technical glitch again from your side.
definitely because what happened?
So
What happened?
we are not. Sir, we are not able to hear your voice, sir. Voice is not audible, sir. And
Oh my God.
sir, your picture is also getting blurred, sir.
Yeah. That stopped.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Maybe I stopped the video. That is directly done. How about audio now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's
Audio
clear,
is
sir.
clear,
It's
sir.
clear.
Someone, yeah, probably the load is not, yeah, maybe due to the video. Now I stopped the video. So, yeah,
Yes, sir.
please raise. There is a problem. Don't hesitate. Yeah. So, as far as R is concerned, within 2 hours, something can be done by downloading afresh and then go ahead. So we reduce the code within become A&F regular course also, which is a 60 hours program for R programming. Okay, mathematics with R. Therefore, such a extensive thing we need to do. If at all it is an hands-on training, if not 60 hours, at least 30 hours we need to demonstrate and then try from your side and all. As far as from the title is concerned, I understand that it is for the researchers or research scholars or whatever maybe. That's what I was told. So anybody who has already an exposure to R, you can tell me. Otherwise, I assume that this maybe or initiate for all as answer. So just 2 minutes, I will wait for your response. If no answer is coming, then I may assume that you are all new to that because I can save the time. Yeah, just 2 minutes. Okay. If anyone is uh, having an idea about R, please respond. About it's new. Somebody write. Shall I understand that? Should I understand that it is R is new for you? Okay. Uh, idea. Okay. Yeah. So let us. Thank you for the responses, quick responses. A couple of you. Good. Okay. So let us take that. That may be the representation for all. While yeah, with that idea, Mr. Samuel, please, I continue the answer for you. It is very difficult to conduct within 90 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to give a, broad idea and a glimpse of R through my own hands. I mean, my own working wherever possible to show the screen and all. So
Yes, sir.
generally, there is a okay, yeah. Generally, that audience, I believe that you are all from commerce background. First of all, I should thank and really, I should say, yeah, appreciate that effort taken from the organizers that from the commerce department, someone is interested in doing an open source software for statistical or data science computation. Absolutely, it is a real good initiative. So I may expect from the group for more detailed sessions on the coming days from various colleges or various groups of researchers. Definitely, I am keen on the connection. Okay, so that is a good initiative. My sincere thanks to the organizers as well as the participants who are all ready to do something on R. Yes, it involves programming, but it is not typical computer science programming where typical in the sense very hardcore programming. um, why I say hardcore is very much syntax based or difficult syntax involvement, some difficult functions and all. No, it is a structured program, very much matured program for about 20 years from now. It is very much matured program and available for free. And we have tested already in Stella Maris College for undergraduate course, A and F course. as a regular fourth semester paper. Okay, so why I was repeating that point is I could understand the way commerce people are grasping it, even though I have done training for various faculties, psychologists, doctors. Not, I mean, mainly away from math, stat people or engineering domain. I could understand the enthusiasm or the initiatives coming from non-programming background. I don't undermine you, and I don't make an exemption of such claim. No, it is not like that, because you have been doing most probably the statistical computation with the other software like SPSS or something like that. Okay, yeah, I was the trainer for IBM SPSS till 2008. Then I migrated completely to open source for various reasons. First of all, it is proprietary. IBM SPSS, as a student, as a scholar, as a college teacher or somebody, you may get an academic version, but the industry it is very difficult. So normally we don't do that. Secondly, when we migrate from such a software from SPSS to R and Python, we are able to understand the larger community around us. There is a very big community around the world which is developing hardcore statistical ideas to R programming, like functions and all. The idea is we are able to connect to um, what is that? The meeting is locked. Oh, okay. So that from the around the world, many people from academia and industry, people are contributing to the development of R. So today, the minimum there would be thousands of scientists, thousands of data scientists, thousands of academicians or academics are connected in the network. We don't know who is who, but we are connected. That is how the development of R happened. Therefore, the versatility and the utility of R is tremendous. I have used SPSS, therefore I know the major difference in that. I don't, by claiming so, I never give an extraordinary connection for R, remark for R, but why should I use SPSS? That's the question now. It's almost almost an empty. Okay, if from 2010 onwards, I'm telling you, empty in the sense I have not used. So I emptied from that. That's what I meant. So the growth in the last 15 years, and it goes on. Definitely, everybody who are all involved with the computation, numbers, modeling, statistics, mathematics, definitely they should be equipped with R or Python or both. In that, this is what is the difference? Do we need hardcore programming? That really that not true. But how I can do if you don't have any exposure so far? A programming is an outcome of logics. So everybody knows we are human being are logical machines, logical people. So thereby I say I convince I have shown people that programming is not in the shelf of computer science people or mathematics people. Okay, it is in the shelf of everyone who was able to logically arrive their problem, logically able to write down their solution approach. If they are able to do, definitely programming is within them. Programming is just a way to communicate your logic. It is not anything a machinery which comes automatically like a theorem or like a postulate, like a definition. As a common student or any faculty, we know we have a lot of definitions, right? The definitions comes from the theory. Programming is not like that. Programming is just an interpreted way of our logic. Therefore, if we understand the programming language, sorry, if we understand the logic of the problem, then naturally I know how to communicate to the computer. Earlier, people like I mean system like SPSS, if at all you have worked, because you are research scholar, definitely you have undergraduate, postgraduate. Most of the colleges are offering SPSS for statistical methods, or in some colleges I observed that they are having the lab also. So in that case, what you have done is you have pulled some menu which is ready-madely available. Thereby the logic starts that I want to calculate mean. So you know the logic. I want to calculate the mean. That's the problem. That then SPSS shows the way through pulling some menu. That means the communication between you and computer is a menu based one. You are able to call that function through the menu and then safely you are doing that work. However, in R or Python, anyway, I'll limit myself to R now today, is you have to communicate what I want to calculate. Same mean, same standard deviation, same linear model or something like that. Therefore, the context is not at all changed whether you are using SPSS or not. Context is not at all changed. Context is same. Problem approach is same, but the way in which we work is with R through some coding. Therefore, your methodology is different. The way in which you speak to computer will be different, but not the context, not the content. What you need to speak is the same. So I split the available hours. Roughly 1 hour is with us, in front of us. So I'll be taking 45 minutes and then 15 minutes reserved for you. Else I usually make the session usually interactive and participative. So at any point of time, you can stop me, you can raise your questions, or you can ask. Yeah, of course, bluntly, you can stop me, no problem. Otherwise, I'll wait till 7:40, 7:15. Then last 15 minutes maybe the question. Okay. What I planned is that within 45 minutes, there I have an idea. Maybe for 15 minutes, I will touch upon some statistics also, so that how it is worked on the R screen. But now I start with R. So I'm going to share with your permission that I'm going to share my screen for a few slides. Don't think otherwise that most of the slides are already prepared. So it may contain some irrelevant title compared to time to present a very dedicated PowerPoint for you. No, it is there already with me, so I take the privilege of using it. So first of all, let us understand what is R. Okay, so where I get and where do I do all these things. So as I mentioned, we'll have a PPT which has little old version. So I'll show you few, not few, couple of websites if you are interested. So basically, I told no as a programming language. You can say R. So website have to you click, you may get it in the
Sir, your voice is
whether
getting
the screen
break,
is
sir.
visible to you or not, please respond.
Screen is visible, sir, but your voice is getting break, sir.
There, what is wrong in my network probably today, but it is
Now
good here. How,
now it's
now is it
fine,
okay?
sir. Now it's fine, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So we
you, sir.
have two top listed. Okay, so this is also legally proper network to download whatever the machine you have, whether Apple or um, in Windows, whatever may be. Similarly, POSIT is a enterprise company which is hosting R. That is also very much legally viable. So don't worry about that. It is all very much verified websites. Okay. So to start with, you need to download R for the Windows or any other version you will require. You have to do with that. So it is a self-explanatory journey. You can simply connect, click this, and continuously you will get the menus to continue, and then you'll have it down any other software you would have attempted in the software. So this generation probably don't need a more explanation on that, how to install a software. Yeah, I will give my contact number. Samuel has that, so you can get anytime. If even after the session, if somebody is interested, don't hesitate to connect me. As I told you, that's what I started. I'm very much happy and enjoying the connection with other people. I mean, people other than mass ground. Elaborate my analytics for all vision to everyone. So the way to do latest versions will be there, and these are all the machine requirement. But once you started this, you cannot work, or sorry, you need not work with R straight away. That is the computer science idea every time. What they call it as IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Any software or any programming background, these are all executors, will have something called IDE, Integrated Development Environment. That is to make our work more and more friendlier, more and more easier. What kind of easiness? Yeah, I will show you. Okay, so usually that is there. There are multiple IDEs are available for R, but most of the people, most of us in the world are using R Studio. Therefore, we have to download R Studio also. R Studio, as I told you, it is distributed by POSIT, the company called POSIT. So step one is you have to download R, go by the self navigated menu. Thereby you can download, and you don't need to open the R. Your system should have R. Then you'll have R Studio, install R. They themselves direct you. Okay, if you directly go into POSIT.company, then it will make you to do step one, download and install R, then download and install R Studio. Both are available here. Once you have this R Studio, which is nothing but an IDE, most used IDE. There are other IDEs, we don't bother. I'm going to explain only that R Studio, to demonstrate the R Studio. So R Studio is an IDE, like wrapper on the software called R. Therefore, when we say programming, I think your title is apt on that, programming in R. That's the right way to say. But we are working through the IDE R Studio. Therefore, I have installed R and R Studio. Then there will be an icon which I am rounding it. I mean, I am pointing out now in my screen. There is a blue color and white font R is shown to you. That is R Studio. That has some component. Through that only we are able to work with the R. Okay, that is the first point. So these PPTs and can be shared if anyone is interested. All are free. PPTs are also free. It's not my PPT, of course. Something we prepared for the open source. Therefore, no claim, no authorship, nothing, no secret. Okay, so it gives you step by step approach how I have to download, install, then console, etc. Okay, so this is the guideline. Usually, I told this is something earlier version. Earlier, the company name is R Studio. Now it is POSIT. So don't worry about that. It's just a corporation name has changed. More or less, both are same. The symbol and all. Okay, now that this is a old PPT. Recently, before that POSIT comes recently. They have migrated, R Studio is migrated to POSIT company. Okay, but anyway, all are same. So now you download. We have some echo. Any problem?
Joe, kindly unmute, Joe.
Any doubt or anything? Okay, I think now I don't have the echoing. So this is the way we are getting the downloaded R Studio. Yeah, this is the thing. Meanwhile, I just start R so that you'll have a first hand and experience in seeing the screen. It may take some seconds to open, some minutes to open. Let us wait. Till then, we'll have this screen. So this is the image of R Studio. This is not R Studio. Everybody knows that it is PowerPoint screen where I have taken the snapshot of R Studio screen. Oh, again, I have some problem in the network. Okay, so this is the screen. And the time if it is open, let us see live. Okay, till then you just compare the picture. This has 4 quad. Top left is where you can start area where immediate beginner need not bother about too much about that. This is the console, like a calculator it works, and this is the most important working files we are going to work. Okay, so let us minimize our PPT. Our time may be spent on the hands-on experience, because as I told you, first how to install. If you don't know, this is the two procedure. Then what is my screen, how it looks? This looks like the four quadrant I mentioned. Whatever you have seen in the PPT, and if anybody is attempting now or later, your screen may not look like this, because I have changed the color, I have changed the background for my convenience. I will show you where I started that. That is not necessary, just for my convenience. Instead of white background, I prefer black background, so I started doing it. You can also try. Look like this. It will wait what we have seen. But suddenly I will show you there is a global option in the tool. Okay, there is a menu called tool. In the global, there is a way to see the look and feel. So there is a word called appearance, tools, global option, and appearance. In that appearance, you have a lot of options where you can change your screen. So I have the theme and the font and some editor theme I have that showing like that. Otherwise, it's a simple white background. That's not a big deal. So doing otherwise later on, if you see my screen was in black, yours are white or something, that it's just a decorate, what you call it, as a UI, user interface changes. Okay. Now coming back to that four item, top left, what we have some code here. Okay, this code is, this area is called, wherever I'm scrolling up and down, this part is the area called source file. This is a file where I write down the program and run. This console like a calculator. For example, I can type something, I can compute something, 2 plus 3 equal to 5. So like that, this console, this area is called console. So console is to code and get the answer. How do I get the answer? I start typing 3 plus 5, then I press my key, enter key in the console, then then the answer is appearing. Okay, so it is straight away like a calculator. Type any numerical values or anything, then you have the value to be that the computation, clicking the button, enter in your keyboard. This is the way to utilize the console. The other two parts for advanced people, advanced computation, we don't touch now. As of this area is concerned, these are all connections means for database for advanced user. Again, tutorial, it looks like a tutorial where it can help any new user. More or less, it is not that much advanced tutorial, because we have today ChatGPT, Google, and the way we need to work. Therefore, tutorials are very much very much limited. So we don't use that. Rather, we focus on this two menu, history. So you can see the history by the name. You could understand you are operating here. What particular session we use the word that is being recorded in the history tab. As far as environment is concerned, it is still showing environment. I will explain you. Then coming back to the right bottom, extreme right bottom, we have so many menus, sub menus here: file, plot, packages, help, and viewer. Of that, help is the easiest word we can understand. That, like any software, there is a help file. Once again, in the industry, software industry, the help files are written for people who know the keyword. Without keyword, it is very big difficult to find the help. And in this era today, 2024, or after the Google, exploding utility, and then recently, the for the past 2 years, we have been using ChatGPT for various purposes. Today, learning a program and using a program with ChatGPT is very easy. But I am very strong that unless we know the basic concept, the context, it is very difficult to get the program. Even if you may have a ChatGPT, unless you know what to ask, then how do you use those tools? So that is the same way. that find and topics and all. Therefore help I'm not going to utilize, so or I may not encourage to do that in the initial period or even permanently. I never use. That's my experience. So you don't need to copy that, but we may not have the opportunity, or we may have a better tool for that because you are connected to community like StackX, even Quora, Reddit. The public forums are ready to help you, and ChatGPT is there. You can ask. So what to ask is the question. That's the difficulty to. Okay, yeah. Coming back to that last tab viewer, you don't need to touch like terminal and job. This is enough for advanced. The remaining two files quickly we say. This file is like your Word, Excel, like that. You can browse whatever the file you want to select. And plot, the name itself may be self-explanatory for a few people who are working on statistical plot like histogram or anything like that. Okay, so if you generate a plot, that will be appearing in this right bottom screen under the tab plot automatically. So we can export like a PDF or something like that for the later use. This is the thing probably new to most of you. If you don't know what is R, this is the thing I was telling you. This is the heart of R programming. If you type in Google how many R packages you have, okay, just for your for sake of our communication, just So CRAN, Comprehensive R Network, they host all the packages. So see, you see 10,000 packages. When they are updated, 10,000 packages are available for your computation. This is hard. So you understand the open community. That is why initially started with the proprietary software like SPSS. You would have used something else, Minitab, SAS, or I don't know what you have been using, Stata. There are a lot of things. What is the problem? That is a proprietary company which is working on the development. What they feel. But here it is an open source where anybody can write a package. I wrote 4 packages. Why? I feel that there are certain things are not available in R. Therefore, I compiled my way of telling the particular problem and solution, make it as a function, and pack it, upload it in CRAN or somewhere so that it is available to the entire community, entire scientific or computational community. That is the purpose. So R comes with some standard base packages. If you download later on R and R Studio, my screen, whatever you see here as a package, the list may differ because I have installed many packages through this menu. Install, and there is a the menu to call what package you want. Suppose some of you know I want to download ggplot, then I can select anything, then I can install in my system, local system. Therefore your R background and my R background, your R packages, my R packages may be different. You see, you have seen that, right? 10,000 packages are there. So many people have contributed. So many people have been contributing. Still, that may be 10,000 may be old in my wild belief. It may be more than 12,000 or so today. Every day people are doing. Scientific communities are doing. Business communities are doing. Psychological communities are doing. They are making dedicated packages for a particular operation, particular aspect. So R comes with a base package like SPSS package, SPSS menus. Okay, I mean functions. Then if you want, you can add. How do I know? Again, Google. If you know your problem, that's whether the second part of the talk I'm going to do. If you know the problem, then only any software can be used for scientific or statistical computation. Most of the people, I believe, you depend on such course only for statistical computation. If you require mathematical computation also, yes, you can do. You can differentiate, integrate, you can take matrix operations. If at all your research requires something on matrix, absolutely this is possible, because your advanced topic today on finance may come up with a Markov model, etc., where matrix are very much mandatory. So such a big matrix calculation, or even if you are a teacher, you can teach your matrix inverse, which students would have studied in 12th standard. In BCom, again we are teaching. That can be for 3 by 3. In manual calculation we limit ourselves to 3 by 3 matrix, but if you take a matrix in R, you can wonderfully do it for 10 by 10 or 100 by 100 within a fraction of a second. So it is all up to your utility. What is the purpose you try to do with R? That's the primary question. Usually I answer in the first few minutes in the short meetup like this. If it is a regular session for 30 hours or 40 hours, I will spend at least 1 hour to explain what is the need for you, what is the purpose you would like to develop in R. Therefore, if you strong in statistics, doing it with R is very simple. If you don't have, if you have some gap on that, please fill that gap through your statistical need or your problem, research problem need. Okay, so if that is the case, then using R is very, very simple. Okay, with that, I would like to complete my layout explanation for R Studio. So tomorrow, if you start working in R, your screen should like this, look like this, but definitely you will not have this kind of aspect. What it is? Let me explain from the scratch. There are few dialog tabs are there. Most of the we don't use except to file, edit, and I told you know tools and global option. Don't touch global option. Many things they are all coming up with the production level setup, so don't touch that. Okay. Sorry. So only the appearance I told you. Rest of the thing don't do that. They are default setting, so it is better not to do that. But uh, in the first session itself, usually I show in the introduction session what is the tool, because it is not to handle without without a mentor or without a known person or you understand something. Okay, don't. Most oftenly we do the plots. Invariably we don't do that because that has a beautiful layout here. I will show you not to outcome. Then what I need to do, where do I start, if that is the question to you? Yes, this is a widely used menu. If you are familiar with the Word or Excel or PPT, the menus are something like that: new, used one, open file, what are the recent files, etc. For example, if I go to my PPT, I have home, I have the same way to do, right? New, open, save as, what are the things I have already worked, recent files, like that. R Studio also comfortably having that Windows layout. And there are a lot of R deliverables, but what we are working is R script only. So a new user has to number one, file, new file, second menu, third menu, R script. If you browse using your mouse, then you will go to that R script. You can easily see that the colors are changed, right? It is slightly grayed, and next gray. So it comes with a untyped, right? The many other files names are appearing here. Obviously, it is my file, which shows some codes already existing and etc. So untitled is a name created for a new file. I call it as new text editor, which is opened in the space called source. So technical name is source. I am opening a new script to a file called script. I'm opening it, which is coming up with this name every time. I can use one more. You can see that it is untitled 3 and so on and so forth. But what I should do? This is a area where I write my program. Earlier I did directly as a calculator. Now I'm going to do a programming part. What is the difference in that? Same thing. I'm writing it again. But if I touch my enter button, nothing will happen. It goes to the next line. Why? It is an editor. It has not compiled anything. This is a compiler. You are doing it, it understands like a calculator and does the job. Whereas this portion, the source, this is console, this is source. This source will not allow you to execute the code if you hit the enter button. Then what should I do? How do I get the answer? And one more thing I want to show you, there is a icon here with a stick symbol. It is to clear the space. I cleared it. Okay, now I will show you that. So hope you would have understood the difference between source and console. Console is like a calculator, but later on that doing. Try to do, try to code yourself and execute it. What do you mean by execute it? I have to execute this operation of addition or subtraction, multiplication of two numbers. I have typed. Even you can have two space also. How do I execute? There are a couple of ways or three ways. One, I place the cursor somewhere in the line, anywhere in the line. Okay, or I can select like this using my mouse. This is the two way. Either of the ways you can try. Just I keep my cursor there. Then there are two ways again. One is there is a button called run. This run can be selected to get the answer. Let me execute it. Yes, you got the answer in the console. So source is the place where my codes are there. I can execute my code and get the answers in the console. There is no need to get the answers only in the console. I can save it also in an Excel or somewhere. I will show you. But the way to get the answer is in the console only. Then I have another way to do. I place the cursor somewhere there. I use a shortcut key, Control Enter. So there are two ways. Select, run, keep the cursor, run, or select, Control Enter, or keep the cursor, Control Enter. Control Enter is a shortcut key. Those who are interested, they can note down the operations all. And one more thing, you could see the change. What is that? Earlier it was in white color. Now it becomes blue because it indicates this file is not yet saved. What should I do? I'll show the difference. Let me take this file. This is already some codes are there. Don't worry. If I make any change, see the color here. Just I make a use the enter key. Suddenly the color changed. Why? Because it indicates the current file is not in the saved form. You have to save carefully. So unchanged, unsaved. Okay, like when you quit Excel or Word or PPT, it may ask whether you want to make changes. Let me do this for example. If I close this, it will prompt you whether you want to make the change. If not, like that they have made this. Okay, so if I save it, the color will change. This is an existing file. What will happen? A newly created file, I can save like a Word file, save as, select any space wherever you want to save. Okay, I'm saving it in, for example, desktop, and just I name file1. That extension is .r. If my desktop, it will file1.r. Next time you can open by double clicking the file1.r right away. So you will get this file. So you are able to create a source file to write your code, and you can execute it, you can save it, you can retrieve it. Suppose I close, I don't want that script, so I closed it. Now I see recent file, file1.r. I'll click, otherwise I'll go to the path, the desktop, and I open, I'll get. So file saving, file creating, saving, retrieving, modifying, deleting. If you want to delete, you close this and go to desktop and delete the file like a Word or Excel or anything on Windows. Okay, so this is the natural way to create a file and start working on R. That's it. This is the structural readiness. Structural readiness. I'm able to download R from the R website. It may be CRAN or POSIT. I can download R Studio from the POSIT website. You are the new user. Okay, it's recently modified. POSIT. That's the company name. If you just Google it, download R Studio, it will come. Okay. Don't take any other company or any other source. You can use it officially using it. They're applicable. No, but POSIT is. I am not a salesperson for POSIT. Okay, but POSIT is the safer network for downloading this R Studio. Once you got the down R Studio, you can open it. R will work on the background. This is the front end. So this is called IDE. That is the technical term, and you are able to do this job. So structurally, perhaps you may be ready to start working in R. Okay. Now, the next 15 minutes is what to work. That's a primary question. That cannot be answered through an R programming. Why? Because R is just a mechanism which solves your question. So you must know what to ask. Correct. Therefore, I just to take one PPT, maybe this one. What is the possible? What is the set of possible questions? Let us have a quick example on yes, simple stock exchange data, stock market data. Okay, so which has a lag or something. Okay, no problem. Don't bother about the codes, whatever I used to hear. All right. You can see the data structure here. Okay, year one, year lag one. That means the difference between the previous day or previous day, previous 2 days, previous 3 days, previous 4 days, 5 days of a share. What is the volume and what is the price today? That may be the structure of the data. And one more column was shown to you saying that whether the market has gone up, gone down from the previous day. Perhaps that's the understanding. This is an S&P data, Standard and Poor data for American stock market. Okay, companies, top companies. In India, it is called Nifty. Perhaps you may understand this commercial economical term about the stock market. So first of all, I need to understand the data what I'm having. Second, I need to understand what is the data type. So this is numerical I have, and this is some categorical I have, and down and down. So what can I do with this data? This is nothing to do with our okay. Possible questions. Possible flag one, how many positive or negative or zero value? Because positive means market has gone up, negative means market has come down because it calculates what is what from the previous day. Zero means no change. What is the top 20% of volume traded? I want to know top 20% of the company which has trading in a larger volume. How many days the market direction up and down? So see the question. This question is nothing to do with R, nothing to do with statistics. This is called a business problem. Whatever the business you are doing, that will create. If you are a research student, then that is a research question. If that research question is properly maintained, properly coined, then only we can use the tool, right? Otherwise, it is no way useful. For example, somebody is interested in the median price of today. Why I am interested in median? Why not mean? That is your statistical knowledge. State the number of cases per year. I want how many cases per year. Create a data set which has only 2001 data. That means I want to filter. Okay, I want to filter. I want to create a subset of only 2001 data. What should I do? Like that, the questions are innumerable because I know what I should do. What can you say about the distribution of lag 1, 3, 5? Yes, statistical, whether it is normal distribution, Gaussian, something like that. You recall from statistics class. And percentage return for today based on direction of the market. Oh, if it is up, what is the direction? What is the percentage of return? If it is down, what is the percentage of return? So for the given data, so many questions: mean of volume, first 5 percentile, and in a tabular form. I want to create some value and put it in tabular. I can create a new variable in the data set, create a new variable. Whenever lag1 is positive, it should say positive. Whenever it is 0, it should be 0 or negative. Instead of numeric value, I can have categorical value. Like that, I can create so many questions. These questions are nothing to do with our program. Same questions you would have answered in SPSS. You could answer in Stata. You could answer in SAS. Therefore, software does not make any contribution to our research. It is only an facilitator. If you are able to write your question, if you know your objective and make the questions, then it is possible to get inside. Otherwise, it is difficult. Okay. So, I forgot where I kept the data. Therefore, I will take the benefit of take some other data. Okay, now my screen is in computer. I have some local disk E and a folder called analytics training, another folder called data, where I have so many data set in my CSV. Usually if I collect a data through a questionnaire or any company data, it comes in CSV most oftenly, right, in Excel or CSV. So I have a data absenteeism at work. So with that data, I import in, I can do it something in R. So it is a company data, reason for absenteeism, month of absence, day of absence, season, 4 seasons are there, whether they use transportation, what is the, etc., etc. So many variables are there, and finally it says what's the absenteeism time in hours. So it may be a survey, it may be an organization data, so that I have the data through which I want to know what is the pattern of absenteeism. If I have more children, if I have more, if I am traveling more, if I have more reasons for medical reason, any medical reason I have, which day I was a person of absenteeism, whether on all Fridays people are abstaining, a particular person shows a pattern. So many questions a HR can have in his mind, or a manager can have in the mind. What kind of people are abstaining? Whether family has issue, pet they have, or health may be a problem, body mass index, height, weight, etc. Okay, so for the various reasons, they would understand what is the way people are abstaining in a particular organization. So they collected, based on the ID of the employee, some 13,000, sorry, some 740 data points are available, 739. Okay, if you are already an avid user of Excel, this may not be new to you. But if I am going to use it in R, what should I do? Yes, the next 5 minutes I show the integrated part of R. Initially, I have shown how to use R as a calculator, whether it is in a saved file or it is in a simple console. Now, we'll be taking how I can import my data. That means, how do I take a data set to my working environment now? Before that, I just take one step. What is that? I'm getting some interruption. It is a Instagram post or something like that. Yeah, that is a problem in the remote sessions. I'm sorry, somebody is misleading the session, or I don't know, all of you are somewhere gone. Anyway, that is the fate of the speaker. Fine. So V1 is yeah, I was about to say something like an object in R. So initially the objects are simply numbers, 2 plus 3, or whatever the arithmetic operation I'm able to do. Okay, now I'm going to create an object. So earlier I didn't create the object. I used R as a machine, or as a calculator machine, calculating machine. Now I'm going to use as a object. So we want some name of the file, name of the variable, sorry, x, let x equal to like that. V1 is a name, or we have a lot of variable names, in this file, service time, like that. Meaning name, just to give some label V1. I create a vector. Vector means some number. The idea is, this is a syntax, c equal to some number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, anything up to it. So this is only in the source. It is not yet run. I'm going to run it. You see the difference. Earlier it was empty. Now there is an object sitting in the system of your current session. I can recall it. How? There are multiple ways. I'm typing the name of the object and hit enter button. It gives. Or I can select only the object name and run it like before. It will give the object. What else I can do? I can do the arithmetic operation. V1 plus 2. If I run, all the values of the object are added with 2. I can do any mathematical operation because it's a number. I can do. Okay. So like that, there is an object created here. I can create any matrix even. I can create any vector like this, etc. Okay. If I create a matrix, I will do multiplication of addition of matrix, etc. I don't go into that. So now I have a vector of numbers. If I have a vector of numbers like S&P data, I can add or I can find the mean. If I want to calculate the mean of the given vector, I can calculate this. What is the step involved here? My intention is to calculate mean. Therefore, I invoke a function called mean and the object I call already where I have my number stored here. So mean V1. Then I run as usual. Either I run like this, I select, use my shortcut key control enter, I'll give the answer that. So this is the simplest way to get my data inside and do my statistical calculation. If I have the data of ISR,
Excuse me,
sorry,
sir.
yes.
Sorry, sir, to interrupt. I have one doubt, sir.
Yeah, please make it fast.
Sir, what is vector, sir? Can you explain what vector is?
Vector. Vector is a mathematical a name label for an object in the scientific world or in the computational world. If you write one number, this is a number.
Okay, sir.
Right? You understand that this is a number. This is collection of some number, collection of some elements.
Okay.
This is an object. This is a collection. That's why the letter C is a technical letter. Remember, R is a case sensitive one. Lowercase and uppercase should be different. So if I write V1, capital V1, it won't understand what it is.
Oh,
It says capital V1 is not available because only small V1 is available. So if I call V1, it will oblige. So it is a case sensitive. So it is a small letter C, a collecting object which collects some number. Why should it collect only number? It can collect even object also. Ram.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Rahim, Robert. So it collects the object also.
Oh, okay, sir.
All of them eat apple. Okay, so it collects, but it collects in a different way. How? It collects through some quotation. That's the difference. Okay, that's a difficulty. We will digress or we will go somewhere. But anyway, I will complete your question. So now, Ram,
Yes.
Rahim, Robert eat apple. That 5 items are collected in the quotation because they are. I limit myself with a number. So with number, I am able to do the operations on number. This is a basic calculation. Okay. So if you have the number, what do? You can add or multiply or subtract or divide or take the power. So if I want to do square of all the elements, I can use the symbol hat, which is available in your keyboard. It is called hat or caret. Okay, the other name is caret or hat. Suppose I want to square, you can do. Okay, 1, 4, 9, 16, etc. Well, so I can calculate mean, I can calculate standard deviation, etc. So within the limited time, I just want to show you how the structure of R is planned. Once you create, these are all technical term. Whenever I say slowly, you have to catch the technical term. When I create an object, I'm able to apply the operation precisely. I can do some more operation which I know from the statistics that for a group of numbers, for a sequence of numbers or collection of numbers, not necessarily sequence, I can have 11, I can have 25, I can have 32, right? No sequence. I can have 81, I can have -7, I can have 6.8, anything for that matter. Okay, I can have 1/5, anything. So now I can calculate what is standard deviation. So V1 is, I have V1, and then now what is V1? Your new one, right? And then I have standard deviation for that. So this is a simple way to understand. Suppose I want to run as a whole, I can and run. That's it. So a new file is created called a script file where I can play with my object. That object is created. There is one more way to do. What is that? I have a file. What is that? Data file. Where it is? It is located in a location in a folder in my local computer. I select the path. Please note down, this is the way to do. I select the path. There are multiple ways, of course. This is one of the ways. Then I go to my object here and going to create one more object. What is that? It is a absent data. So absent data is equal to, this is a function. What I had it in the previous code, there was a function, and inside the function I have an operator. Sorry, I have a object. Like that, every R function, most of the R function or all the functions will start like that. I write the function. What is the new function? Read dot CSV. This is the purpose of IDE. IDE will be a helpful assistant to you. If I start typing R, it will pop up whatever the function available there. Then you simply select how the syntax is. So this is, I should know the functions in R, I should know the syntax in R, and more importantly, I should know my function, I should know my question, I should know my objective. If you know the objective, then there is a way to do in R. So the first session cannot teach you the other way around. Oh, R is a software which will do everything on its own. Absolutely not possible. That's what I want to demonstrate in the first class. And in the same sequence of your program, if some day is also available for me, we'll go to the next. So this one day is not sufficient. I assume that you know statistics. For that, take this way. And moreover, that is the only way to do. So I'm going to load. What is my data? My data is available here. Therefore, the syntax starts with a name of the file, name of the data set is equal to read.csv is an R function, and within the quotes, this is a syntax. Syntax is a rule which we cannot disregard. We have to follow. It comes with backward slash, but R goes with the forward slash. So this is the path where my file is available. This is the file name. So I copy the file name and pasted it here. Then your code is ready. I'm going to run this code using the above syntax. I mean above method already. You just observe what happens here. Okay? Yes, I'm going to run. There is a file. There is an indication that you have loaded. How do I know? If I click it, you can see the data as a spreadsheet. As Excel, we have loaded our data here. So my data is loaded now. I am ready to do whatever I want. How to do? There are multiple functions is there. I'll show you few of them. Before that, I just go back to the data. This is a data set, row column fashion, spreadsheet fashion. Top row is fixed for variable names. Each column will give the values of the respective variable. Got it? If I want to calculate the mean workload, if I want to calculate the maximum of distance, if I want to know how many cups social drinkers are using, if I want to know what is the average absenteeism time, Remember, I'm telling if I want. That means if you have an intention to do something on your data, it is a research question, not statistical question. Okay, you would have studied two type of hypothesis: practical significance and statistical significance. Nothing to do. First part is entirely lying on the subject matter expert. That means you as a researcher. I'm not doing anything. R is not doing anything. Statistics doesn't do anything. You have to claim, hey, I want the mean weight. I want the mean height. I want to plot height versus weight. Whatever may be, you have a question on your mind. Then to do so, data typically has features are variable the first row. That's the usual form. So I have a column. That means I have a variable. I have a cell. I have a this is a file. I have rows. I have a cell or a position, location. Then I have an element here there. Then the value of the element. Why? It is a numerical value, and all are numerical, but somewhere you can find there is no numerical. For example, smoker, yes or no? Sun, how many suns? Seasons in a year. So this seems to be number, but this is not a number. Season 1, season 2, season 3, like that. Pet, do you have pet? Yes or no? 1 for yes, 0 for no. Are you a social smoker? Yes or no? Okay, so this look like number, but they are not number. Therefore, I may say this is an element. It has a value. That value may be numeric or categorical. If you are able to distinguish this, then I may have a question and answer for that. How do I do? There is a way to do. Quick. Probably I'm going to stop at that point. So absent data is a variable, data variable name, like a file name. Okay, absenteeism at work. You just imagine how you are reaching that. Okay, like a street. Go to a street. You know the street name. Take be an element. That means house. So bar 11, Kamraj. Knock the door. There will be something. That is nothing but element. And that person may be the person you want to meet, or you want that may be a male of age 45, etc., etc. That is the value that element has. Address, value, and then address, element, and then value. Like this we'll do. We have got an address. How to reach that address? I write the file name, then I use the dollar symbol from the keyboard. See, it gives all the detail in the house. These are all the members of the house. Whom you want to knock? I'm going to knock each. Okay. Then if I run that code, it gives only that column. Suppose I want to select only the first member, first position. So this is the street. I reach the home and I got my member. Square bracket. It is row column, right? First row, 10th column, I want the member. Let me repeat. I have the street name. I go knock the door using the dollar symbol. I reach the home season. Then I want a member there. The member is positioned in a row or column. Therefore, I have index 1 or third row, second column. If I run it, it gives, season is the column, right? So only the member. Sorry. So season itself is the member column. So it is 3. If you take season and 3, third row, you have the value 1. Let us take something else to distinguish. Okay. I use the tab key to get the dollar. Transport expense. Right? I take the fifth member of that house. The value is 289. If you see that in your CSV, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 289. So this person is reached. So I'm able to reach my member. There is another way to do without going to the house. Okay, I have a square bracket and second row, fifth column member. It is 1. What is that second row? This is the second row, fifth member. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If to distinguish, I can take the sixth. So it is 118. So I am reaching this fellow. Okay, it looks third row, but it is only the second row because first row is header, first, second is the element. Okay, so this is the way to access my number. So you can access the house, you can access the member, you can access the member. Now I want to know what is the mean value of absenteeism. So I take mean of function, mean of open bracket. I take this, then I take the dollar symbol. I may go for this absenteeism in time in hours and run. I get the answer. So a quick session on the demonstration of R is, if you are having a data set, how to load, how to reach my data points, how do I read it everything through code, and how do I calculate the inbuilt function. Then the session will continue more and more to understand the programming in R, how to program in R for my various statistical knowledge. Okay, I promised to stop at 7:15, but I couldn't do. Hardly 5 minutes more I have. So I may apologize. In fact, I didn't know that it is a 3-hour session. I noticed 6 to 9. Really, I wondered. I told it is 1.5 hours only, and that too first half an hour we have wasted. So I may request the organizers, if at all there is a slot already or in future available, I'm ready to answer. Or you have my number, that's a WhatsApp number, or you can
sir.
mail me anytime. I'm ready to interact with you people. It's not about help, uh, just to have the pleasure of working R with you people. So I don't know how much it is useful, how much it is making a first step into R. Absolutely. So yeah, anything you want to say? Sorry, it is very troublesome.
Participants, the floor is open to the questions. You can post a question in the chat box, or you can unmute your mic and ask directly to the resource person.
Oh, there is thing.
Two questions.
Kindly suggest a practical use of the function. Can you explain? Is that? Can you explain what vector? Yeah, I did. Somebody asked something else. Okay, right. That functions and all, it is for the, if you know the function, if you want to calculate mean, then the function will come. If you want to calculate standard deviation, if you want to calculate variance, if you want to calculate inverse of a matrix, product of matrix, all are inbuilt here. So you can call that. So functions are generally to manipulate or to operate your, to execute your operation. That is what I call it as function. So here I want to calculate mean, therefore mean is a function. If I want to do variance, then the function is variance. So no, this is what you need to learn from through the R training. Okay. Right. Right. Anyway, Mr.
Yes, sir.
You can connect at any point of time through my WhatsApp if they have questions or any comment on that. I'm ready to do. Otherwise,
sir.
yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
So
Thank
we
you.
are expecting
So
some future
possibly.
sessions.
Yeah, sure. I am open to that, but let us plan very promptly because Madam was told that you can collect it from the organizer now. Anybody asking my number?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can type it in my chat box. No problem. You can do it because I'm going to shut down the now connection. 9952726863 is my number. Okay, I'm open to that. Just to send me a word. WhatsApp message. You can get in touch with me for any future session. Yes, the organizer, my sincere apology for not prompting you within the time. As well, I was told that my session was on Tuesday. I told I want to talk only on Tuesday yesterday. Yesterday only I noticed that it is on June 26th, that is on today. So I need to rush up my sessions, okay, my calendars. Anyway, that are all not to show that I am something else. So sorry for all
No
the
issues, sir.
organizers as
Thank
No
you
well
so much.
issues.
the participant.
No issues, sir.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm very happy that someone is interested in learning R. Absolutely, the forum platform is ready to learn people. I'm here in Chennai only. So any college, anybody teaches research forums, please get in touch. We are happy to share our experiences. Okay. Thank you all. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, over to you, Nitya.
Today we have learned many things about the R programming. Our resource person give a very
Nitya,
inspired
continue,
us.
please.
Yes, it's internet connection. Inspired us in many ways and deliver his knowledge on art programming to us. And a very big thank you to our speaker for sharing his expertise and all of you for participating. We hope you found the session informative and engaging. Thank you once again. And we will share the feedback link in the chat box. Please don't share the feedback link in the WhatsApp group. Thank you. Stay tuned for the upcoming webinars. We will post it on our WhatsApp group research forum. Stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. And we have posted thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful experience, sharing your experience on art. And we are expecting more sessions on art for upcoming days, sir. And meanwhile, we have an announcement as well. And let me share my screen. Department of Commerce, University of Madras, along with the Stella Maris College and ACCA, we're planning to conduct an international conference on August 22nd and 23rd. So we request all the participants here to take part in our international conference, which has been planned to take place on 22nd of August. So we have a lot of things to be discussed in the conference. You can go to this. We'll share this brochure in our WhatsApp group as well. You can share your research ideas, research articles. To that, we can have some wide area of expertise discussion during that conference. I hope everyone will be eager to join us in the conference. We expect more research articles and research ideas for our upcoming conference. Thank you for your wonderful time. I hope this and stay tuned with our research forum team, because we have planned a lot of sessions in R programming, advanced Excel analysis and everything. And meanwhile, kindly subscribe our YouTube channel, which has been streamed right now in our YouTube research forum.com. It's a research our YouTube channel name. Subscribe our YouTube channel, and you can even watch this current session on YouTube channel as well. Thank you everyone for your wonderful time and patience listening for this wonderful entire session. I hope this session will be useful for you, and I hope remember the support the conference I spoke right now. The conference is being organized on August 22nd and 23rd. So kindly take part and share your research ideas and your research paper in our conference. That will be useful for us to interact and engage and learn a new thing for our better progress. And kindly fill your feedback form immediately, and this link will be open only for a half an hour time. Thank you for your wonderful session. Thank you for your patient listening. Keep learning, keep exploring your research for better placements. Thank you, everyone. Good night. Stay tuned.